Hello, my name is Boulghourjian. I'm the writer and director of Tramontane. The film is shot entirely in rural Lebanon, in real locations, and it follows a blind musician. The actor is blind in real life and a virtuoso of classical Arabic music. The film features a mix of non-professional and professional actors, including known actors like Julia Assad. I began work on this project about 5 years ago. While working on other screenplays, I came across a book called Touching the Rock by John Hall. In this book, he keeps a diary of his gradual loss of sight until what he calls deep blindness, where he can't recall the sight of his own body or even the sight of light, and indeed loses memory of all imagery. In the pain and mourning that follow, he decides that in order to transcend this tragedy and to live on, one must recreate one's life or be destroyed. The immense strength, the humanity, and the self-awareness with which he confronts his existential crisis resonated with me. And in his personal crisis, I saw the crisis of an entire country struggling to come to terms with its own history and memory. Both were suffering the consequences of a traumatic past, and defining the self was at the heart of both crises. And both seek ways to overcome the trauma, which requires tremendous spiritual strength. So after reading his work, it was all the more important to cast a real-life blind actor, not just for the sake of veracity, but also to shed any taboo or discrimination against the visually impaired. It is very much a choice based on empowerment, and certainly, as you will see, although this was his very first experience in acting, Barakat Jabbour fully embraces his role and embodies this inner strength. Tramontane is the name of a wind, of course, but it also means from the other side of a mountain. And in archaic English, it means foreign and barbarian. In this one word, with many layers of meaning, I found the experience of the protagonist, as well as of all those he meets, and as he searches for a tangible or intangible proof of his true identity. In Arabic, the title is Rabia, his name, which is a very common name in Lebanon and means spring. Stylistically, I always wanted the execution of the film to be true to the formal nature of the screenplay. Any experimentation would take place within these formal parameters. Furthermore, my goal was to always allow the subject, the story, the themes to dictate how I approach the execution, not to impose my own stylization. Every creative decision, whether the cinematography or the music or the sound design or art direction, was culled from the themes and based on elevating the themes present in the story, while always being mindful of the sobriety that this subject demands. This approach allowed for a very organic evolution of the various production elements, which in my opinion naturally reflect in the final film. In other words, being honest, generous, and genuinely engaged were the cornerstones of making this film. In the end, I see cinema as a place to reflect on our common humanity. I hope these choices will be evident to you, and the themes will resonate with you as much as they are full of urgency for me. I hope you enjoy this adventure, and that we can one day discuss the film after you've seen Tramontane. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and thank you for watching Tramontane.